gotta get that dough. So when you see me grinding, respect my zone. You never see me starving.
Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nthusi.
Yo, that's so cool.
Happy birthday to you. Wagwan people, Wagwan Boom Buddies, Wagwan Buzz Buddies. Happy New Year and welcome to another exciting episode of the Buzz Talks. And today I'm with the lovely Chess Nthusi.
What up?
How are you, Chess?
I'm great.
Long time no see.
Long time never seen Ashboom play. It's actually my first interview.
All right.
So I'm so, if it didn't show on my face, just know I'm super excited to be
How have you been though?
I've been great.
All right.
I'm glad to have survived this crazy pandemic.
Okay.
You guys haven't survived it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be alive, man.
And we're so grateful, you've survived the pandemic and you've given us a new body of work from the ashes. First of all, I'd really like to know, does this EP mark the rebirth of Chess?
Yes, it actually does. The title From the Ashes is, about the phoenix, how the bird that they say rises from the ashes. So I thought of the title because it's been a while. First of all, I don't have any body of work. Ever since I started my music career, I've never released a body of work.
Yeah.
Then secondly, I've been quiet for quite some time. Like, guys are like, did she stop singing? What is she doing? So I was just like, let me put together a body of work that just sorts of, I don't call it a comeback, but it's a rebirth. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the word. Yeah.
Great body of work you have there. First of all,
Thank you.
who is the producer behind the track? Because the instrumentals in there, the beats are just so fire.
Yo, I have to big up my beat maker, man. His name is Nivo Worldwide. I'm actually signed at Underlast Music.
All right.
That's my first project under Last Music. Nivo Worldwide is the main producer at Last Music. He's the main beat maker. So all my beats on the project are from Nivo Worldwide. And all my beats in future are gonna be from him. If it's not from him, I'm gonna specify.
All right.
Yeah, but it's Nivo. Shout out to Nivo Worldwide. And the mixing and the mastering is by Skinny Jean.
Nice.
Both those guys are in-house at Last Music.
And speaking of Skinny Jean, you featured him on track 2, right?
Yes, he's the guy on the second track.
Tell us more about him.
Wow.
Because he sounds fire, especially with the rap thing.
Yeah. Skinny Jean is a brand. I don't even know. I feel like if I start talking about Skinny Jean, I'll expose like his upcoming stuff.
All right.
Because he's like I said, he's the guy who's mixed and mastered the project. So he's very talented, not only in terms of writing music, he's also very talented when it comes to sound engineering. So he jumped on that track and brought a different dancehall vibe. And believe you me, that is not even Skinny Jean's type of stuff.
Okay.
That guy is gonna, just watch out, just catch that name. If you remember nothing else, just remember Skinny Jean. Then in a few months, maybe now, you can ask me about Skinny Jean. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a really cool.
And I ride through the EP just brings out the versatile nature of Chess. From the first track Ganji to the last track Focus.
Yeah.
Kuna places una rap, there are places you just sing, then there are places like you just bring the dancehall vibe out of you.
Yeah.
Is this something you want to explore going into the future?
I actually, when I was recording this EP, I didn't do it on purpose. That I do different songs. Like I did a trap song, then R&B like that. I didn't do it on purpose. It just ended up happening that the 4 tracks that I wanted to pick for this EP were in totally different genres. And at first I was a bit skeptical because I was like, Kenyans are really not. Kenyans are a very interesting crowd. If you give them many different things, they probably won't. They might refuse to accept it. But then I was like, you know what? You never know until you try. So for me, it just ended up being me showing off my versatility. So just in case you don't know me or you've never heard me, then when you listen to that EP, you can be able to tell this chick is versatile. She can do many genres. But that does not mean I get that question a lot actually. That if I'm a dancehall artist or if I'm gonna be doing dancehall music, absolutely not. Don't box me. Don't box me in any box. That's why I've done that with the EP, so that you can see that I'm flexible. I can do many different genres. And I love music. And I'm not going to touch a genre if I cannot execute it. That's what I always say. I'm not going to go jump on a drill beat if I can't drill. I'm not going to go jump on an Ohangla beat if I can't execute it again.
You should jump on an Ohangla beat.
Yeah, I'm going to flex. I'm going to flex for that. But I actually listen to some Ohangla, but like one song is like 11 minutes. Anyway, big shout out to all the Ohangla fans. So I'm glad that it shows off my versatility
All right.
because I am versatile. So it's just like telling my fans in future, don't try and be like, okay, Chess sings Afropop, Chess sings dancehall, Chess sings. I just make good music. Just take my good music as it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk about the lyricality or the lyricism in the album.
Yeah.
Man. You wrote all the songs.
Every single word on that EP is mine, except Skinny Jean. He wrote his verse,
Okay.
but everything else is on me.
You're one great writer from way back.
Thank you. I feel like my songwriting is growing. I wrote these songs quite a while ago. In fact, if you hear the next stuff that's coming and the stuff that I've been writing, you will see the growth or like the difference in lyricism.
Yeah.
But I guess in terms of my songwriting, it comes from, I read a lot of books.
Yeah.
I know guys are like, what? Which books? Lying. I read books, guys. Like I read. In fact, now I've been slacking. Like I think I need to get back on the book reading. I also write a lot of poetry. I also keep a journal. Like me and English languages, not just English. I'm trying to learn Kiganda. I'm trying to learn Luo. I know like 5 words. I know like Kikuyu. Like I love languages. So songwriting for me, I guess it just comes naturally because I started writing when I was really small.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you feel like, the hiatus that you took kind of had a toll on your career? Because the first song that personally made me know you was Amin Love. Then
2000 and whoa.
Yeah, then after that you kind of went low key.
Yeah.
And when I jumped into your Instagram, I just saw you doing covers and covers and covers and covers after covers. Then now boom.
Yeah.
You have before the covers, after the covers, some song Pandemic, then now the EP.
Yeah.
So do you feel like the musical hiatus you took had a toll on your career?
Of course. I mean, the one lesson I've learned ever, like from that entire journey, the one that's like passed is consistency. When you're not consistent, you might be the dopest person on this planet, but when you're not consistent, people don't keep up with you. People forget you. And in this day and age where there's a new artist every day, you cannot afford to drop the ball. So I just feel very, very blessed that I get another chance to try again because I didn't exhaust. We can all agree that I didn't exhaust my time back then. And also, I don't want to put the blame on someone else, but I'll just put it out there that for as an artist, I think it's important that you have a team that's invested in you, not just financially. Many people think when I say invested, it's like money, like they sort of your videos and stuff. No, like a team that makes sure your music is out there. Because I did 2 singles after I'm in Love, but the team I was with, I mean, really, if you don't know them, they weren't doing anything much. Yeah, so I'm not gonna blame it on anyone. I'm gonna put it on me. But with this EP now, from now on, my main goal for this year is consistency, just to make sure that you and everyone else does not feel that there's a gap between like, where did Chess go now after this EP, where is she? So it's just tracks on tracks on tracks. That's just what I want to do this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So looking at the industry right now, 2020, 2021, and comparing it back to when you got your breakout single, I'm in Love, what do you think has changed?
Wow, of course, a lot has changed. First of all, online presence. Back then, of course, there was social media, but guys were not deep into social media like they are right now. Second, artists. There's so many artists that have come up between that time and now. Third, Gengeton showed up and managed to kick out Nigerian music from the timeline. You get, like, not totally kick them out, but we all agree that there was a time it was just Niger, then 2 Kenyan tracks, but Gengeton came and it actually showed us that Kenyans can actually listen to Kenyan music. So yeah, and I also think the industry has become wider, for lack of a better word. Like, people are trying different sounds. Kitambo guys, it would not be like everyone is doing kapuka or genge, but nowadays guys are doing trap, drill, sharp. Guys are creative. Yeah, it's more competitive. I would actually say that.
Yeah, and but back to your EP, there's a song that I heard that kind of touched me. The song called Focus.
Yeah.
You taking shots at us.
Which shots? Are you a member of Team Mafisi?
You're taking shots at men, huh? What's up? Who hurt you?
No, I've not fired any shots really like someone hurt me. I'm just like, I know what you want, and me, I'm just trying to get my money. So you guys, look, let's just be honest. If I could gather like 5 fine mamas and sit with them and ask them, they would tell you that, of course, there are those guys who approach you and they're serious. You know, they like you and they're serious, so they've seen something in you. But then at the end of the day, they're serious. They're not just after your body. But most of the guys, majority of the guys out here are members of like Team Mafisi, and not only do they just want to look and ogle, they want to come and get it and destroy it and do whatever else they want to do with it. You know, so I'm just like, look, I've been out here, I've been in the streets, I know what you want. It's cool, thank you, I'm fine, I'm flattered, but I'm trying to get my money, right? So it's just a message like to all the like females, get your paper. Don't be distracted because of a guy who's trying to get at you. You're fine. If you know you're fine, it won't ever come between you and your paper. You know, so no offense to the guys. I'm a straight chick. Napenda machali, but that doesn't mean that I have 69 of them. But like, focus. I'm just focused on my money, so don't come at me if you're trying to come between me and my bag. That's never gonna happen. Nothing's coming between me and my bag.
And you've really stressed on getting the paper, securing the bag on that track, because other track number 1 you talk about though.
Yes, Ganji. Yes, I actually find it like a very nice coincidence that track 1 and the last track are both about money. But Ganji, I thought you'd even say Ganji is why I threw shots, because like Ganji guys are like, wow, you're throwing shots at those guys seated at the base. I'm like, no, I'm just saying, if you don't have anything serious that you're doing with yourself, don't come and start derailing other guys who have somewhere they're going. And most of the time you find these guys who are seated in cliques at the base, really there's nothing much they're doing, you know. So I'm not throwing shade at anyone. I'm just saying, get your life and focus on it.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice body of work by the guys. Check it out on Boomplay. Stream track 1 to track 4. Fire, pure niceness. She's back.
Thank you.
So, kwa EP, there's only one feature.
Yeah.
So, going forward, should we expect more collaborations from you and other Kenyan acts?
First of all, your feature ilikam. It wasn't supposed to be there, but I'm glad we decided to put it on. Skinny Jean just actually had me because he was on recording it. So he's like, yo, I think I can jump on that. And he wrote his verse like this and he put it on, and I was like, that's dope. And he also brought the dancehall vibe, and it matches with No Entry, because No Entry is like mad dancehall, so I needed some other dancehall vibe. So I've done collabos before, like the chest before the EP. I have a collabo with Rabbit. Yeah. That's who I know him by, because that's when we did the song. I have a song with Omolo, and I have a song with Prezo. I have 2 songs with Prezo. So you're looking at me like you don't know what songs I'm talking about. I know. You do, yeah? But I should probably this time for my fans. Celebration of Life and Familiar is with Prez, and then Hold You Down is me featuring Calligraph, then Highway Smack is me and Rabbit. So now what I want to do this year, apart from being consistent, is just to lock down the fans in terms of, I just want to show people that I can hold down the fort by myself. You get, not that I'm not gonna do collabos. Definitely I'm down for collabos, because collabos are good for the culture, they're good for the game. They expand you into territories that you've not been into before. But what I'm not gonna do is collabos for clout, or collabos for numbers, or collabos because someone is trending. No, I'm not gonna do that. My collabos are always going to be intentional. Like, I've met this artist, we click, or they've heard my music, we have a connection. I'm not gonna, you'll never see me doing a collabo because someone is trending. No.
You don't want numbers?
I can get numbers from the good music. I don't have to jump on a trend to get numbers.
All right.
Yeah, because I'm trying to have real numbers, not fans who are going to be here today, then tomorrow they've gone with someone else. I just want to secure my own fans who can just be loyal to me, who can just buy my music and vote for me and come for my gigs. So yeah, I don't think you achieve that by jumping onto trends. Anybody who jumps on trends is not a solid person, because you're just gonna jump on the next train that comes along. So definitely gonna be doing collabos with artists who I also love their music. I'm also not gonna do a collab with an artist who, I mean, everything I do is for the music, for the culture, for the love, purely. I'm not here for the clout and the kiki and all that.
Team good music.
Yes, for life.
Yeah, then when someone watches your karaoke's or your shows.
Yo,
Yeah,
okay.
your shows. You know, you're so passionate about whatever you do when on stage, and your voice always stands out. Huh?
Thank
I
you.
kind of feel the way you sing is not the way you're talking right now.
My talking voice is deeper.
Yeah.
In fact, now you should hear me the times when I'm just from recording and I sound like Alicia. Have you ever heard Alicia Keys talking?
Yeah.
It's just like, what? Broken voices. So what are you trying to say? My singing voice is different from my talking voice.
Your singing voice is more seductive.
Ladies, guys. Thank you. I don't do it on purpose. But my voice is more, first of all, my voice is more comfortable with high notes. For the longest time, I used to sing and ignore my high notes. But then when I got signed to Last Music, they're like, hold up, you should really be singing on this high note. So I guess that's where the seductive point comes from. So, yeah, my talking voice is my talking voice because most of my voice is used for singing. But I like my voice like this. You know, I don't want to be out there with a shrill soprano who's gonna take me seriously. So it's nice to bark at people with this deep voice. It works.
Alafu mimi nikaenda wapi jo?
Nini? Mohawk.
Mohawk iko wapi?
Yo, akili ni nywele. I'm trying to get back, consolidate my entire brain space that I can make more money. But no kidding, I've had the Mohawk since 2010. That was like my statement for after high school. That phase where you're just like, let me do whatever the hell I want with my hair. And it got me so much attention. I think my Mohawk was what made me start popping off. Even before I started to sing, I used to stand out because of my Mohawk.
As we wind up, I would like you with that camera, talk to your fans, you know, about your EP.
Talk to my fans.
Yeah, about your EP.
Yeah.
Everything. Take it away.
Hey guys, this is Chess Thusi. Nimekuwa missing. I've been gone, but now I'm back. I have a new EP. It's called From the Ashes, exclusively available on Boomplay. Massive shout out to Boomplay for putting me on. So check it out. It's only 4 tracks. That's less than 20 minutes playtime, guys. Check it out. Let me know what your favorite track is. Let me know what you think. And I'm here to stay. I'm not going anywhere.
There you have it. The Empress herself, Chess Thusi, new EP out on Boomplay, From the Ashes. Stream, download, share, and keep it boom buzz.
Yeah.
Boom.
Do it for the ganji, I gotta get that dough. So when you see me grinding, respect my zone.